Good morning. I am live in a membership, Thrive and Prosper. I am so excited about this. And I hope you guys are excited about this too. So, when we first started this membership, it was really all about tarot, but really my real intuition says that this membership is about really tapping into your intuition. And then I really remembered coming back to this concept of Thrive and Prosper, which I've been doing Thrive and Prosper readings for several years now. And I have also done a whole mastermind all about Thrive and Prosper. And I did a 4-week course all about Thrive and Prosper. And I realized that what I really want this membership to be about is about living our life in a way where we're thriving, right? So I want us to think about, what does it look like to thrive? What does it look like to live in prosperity? And I'm going to invite you to get out your notebooks, and I'm going to invite you to land into this conversation with me. So if you haven't yet done it, click on the little thing above. I think it's going to be above you, where it tells you that, like, you can click on your name or whatever, and then it'll let me see who you are. I will bring up my phone so I can see who's on, or you guys can tell me who's on. Um, and let's see here. So I'm going to just go ahead and bring up my phone so I can see you guys, because I can't see who's on right now. Hello, Catherine. Hi, Robin. It's good to see you. Okay. So I can see you on here. So that's really helpful. So I would love for you to pop it into the comments. What does it look like for you to be thriving? What does it look like for you to be prospering? What's a definition that you have about that? Okay. And I'm going to present, I'm going to bring up my screen, and I'm going to share a little presentation that I put together long ago. Let's see if I can bring that up. There we go. And thinking about if I can, okay, you guys bear with me. Let's come in here. Okay, so this is actually a living life as ritual. Okay, so I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. You can. Okay, so when we talk about living life as ritual and thriving and prospering, what does it mean to you? Okay. So I love to land into this saying, which is, align with your highest self and everything will fall into place or fall away. And I've been saying that to myself for the past about 8 years. And really, what that meant for me is that when I really come into alignment with me, and that for me means living life as ritual, when I really align with my highest self, and I truly believe that my highest self is me. So I am the essence of life, right? So aligning with my higher self allows me to recognize that I don't have to be in control of everything. And I know Robin's here, I know Catherine's here. And so I invite you to just participate in whatever way feels good to you. But what does it look like when you're aligning with your highest self? What does this ring true for you, that everything will fall into place or fall away? And for me, what the story here for me was that I'm in a marriage, and I'm in relationship with my husband, and things are rocky. Things were rough. Things weren't like feeling really that great for us. And so I knew that we had work to do, but I knew that I had work to do. And so landing into recognizing that I had work to do helped me to recognize that, yes, we were having some relationship issues, but that probably, like, if I could get into alignment with myself, everything will fall into place or fall away. And I really started practicing this. And what I discovered was that it was true for me. As I stopped focusing on what was wrong with my sweet husband, because really he's an amazing human, and it gave him so much permission to do work on himself, to when I started doing this work on myself. So as I aligned with my highest self, I really started to believe that everything will fall into place or fall away. And I really started to let go of control. And so the next slide, and I'm not going to tell you guys about me because you guys already know me. Let's see if I can actually make this do this. Come on. Okay. So I don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is for me about living our life, our whole life as ritual. So in like 2015 or 2016, something like that, I discovered the miracle morning. So raise your hand. Let me know if you have a miracle morning. If you've ever heard of the miracle morning, it's Hal Elrod. He totally actually did change my life in regards to this. Now I don't follow him anymore because I kind of became super hardcore about living my life as ritual. And I realized that I didn't have to do it in a perfect way. So understanding that when I meditate every day, so Hal Elrod has this book, The Miracle Morning. It is the savers. Okay. So we have silence, affirmation, visualization, reading, and scribing. Okay. And so as I was thinking about doing all of these things every single day, I had to wake up at 4:44 in the morning because that way I could get through all of these things. It was a lot, right? And I would wake up at 4:45 and I would spend several hours doing all of these things. And it was great because it helped me to land into what I really wanted and who I really was. And it helped me to get really zen. Okay. But what I realized quickly was that I hated getting up at 4:44 in the morning and that I didn't need to do that. I could live my life as ritual. And so I use Q, quantum expansion, I use Reiki, creation energy, numerology, visualization. I use all of those things, journaling, card pulling, all of those things. I use those all throughout my day. And so what I've discovered was that I could live my life as ritual rather than compartmentalizing it into this one specific time of the day. So I would love to know how that feels for you guys. Um, this is really great for busy mamas. This is great for people who have a job, a job, a real place that they go from 9 to 5 every day. This is great because then you can you can wake up in the morning and like take 15 minutes and do a couple of those things, meditate, do a little bit of Reiki, do a little bit of quantum expansion, whatever that looks like, or whatever it is on your list that you love to do. Okay. And I found that if I was just taking 2 to 3, 5 minutes throughout my day, and this is what I still do now, and just taking time for myself throughout the day, I felt so much better. So I would love to know if that resonates for you guys. I'm not gonna talk about numerology today. Here is a list of rituals that I started, and we can kind of land into if this feels good to you guys. So, I would love for you to make a commitment to yourself over the next month, right? So, over the next month, I would love for us to think about. Whoopsie, I turned on my sound. Sorry about that. So, over the next month, what does it look like for you to land into ritual? And I actually was inspired to have this conversation because of Jackie Block, who's in our group. And I wanted to think about, well, what if we had a list of rituals, right? What if we created a list together of rituals? And we've done this in the Thrive and Prosper group. The group that was like a mastermind, and that's sort of what I'm looking at this group as, is it's a little bit of a mastermind, right? So Robin says, thrive, continuing to discover, to grow into and living in my calling, both personally and professionally. Prosper, being open to what I need to continue to thrive, what every day that looks like. Okay, so I love that, Robin. It's really fabulous. Like, really landing into And if you're just joining us on this conversation, either on the replay or live, let us know, what does it look like for you to be thriving? What does it look like to be prosperous to you, right? And I didn't use the word success. I didn't use the word wealthy, because I think um, that those can be so, we can have such definitions about those. And so I think that having your own definition about thriving or success or prosperity or wealth is really important. So I invite you in your journal to write out, what does wealth mean to me? What does prosperity mean to me? What does it look like for me to thrive? And then I'm going to come back to my list. So let's talk about, what are the rituals that you use every day? And Robin, I know you have lots of rituals. Robin is one of our Reiki master teachers in this space. And so, of course, she's been doing this work for some time. And I know that you've had a lot of success bringing ritual into your life. So, I would love to hear. You guys can use your notebooks, you can use the comments, but this list of rituals is something that I use to bring myself back to center. Okay. So, breath work, meditation, quantum expansion, Q, right? If you don't know what Q is, be sure to let me know. That is where we are using creation energy. When we're doing Reiki, we're using more of a healing energy. When we're using quantum expansion or Q, we're using more of a creation energy. So we use that for manifestation, right? We use Reiki and Q for manifestation. And you can use Q or Reiki, whichever one you choose, or both. I like to do both. I like to use all of my tools, right? Journaling. I love to do something called channeled writing, which actually we're going to talk about in our Embody Reiki class next in the next hour. So if you're in that class, you're going to want to get your notebook out for that. So I love to do channeled writing. What does that look like? It just looks like I ask myself some questions and I start writing. You can call it automatic writing. You can call it pray rain. You can call it so many different things. But I love to just really tap into, what are my guides saying to me right now? What wants to come through for me, and then utilize that as information for trusting myself, right? Trusting my intuition. You can pull a card, or for a message in that moment, like, what is coming through right this minute? Okay, well, I just pulled the Queen of Wands. Really thinking about standing in my power, right? Like, let's play with the tarot. We get to pull out a little card for ourselves right now. You can journal on this card. You can really ask it, what messages do you have for me right now? Well, I have this beautiful yellow gown, and that really asks me to stand and be in my power, right? It's really talking about the solar plexus, my power center. I see all this blue in the card. I can really land into my throat chakra. How can I open up my throat chakra today, right? This is like a great card for me for today. It's a great card for all of us today, right? So, and then I see another comment. Let's see. I'm not seeing comments for some reason. Alita says, for me, it is slowing down in my body, but losing none of my momentum and intention. I love that. Peggy says, journaling is something I used to do a lot, but haven't been doing so much. It is important, and I'm going to go back to it. Yes, great. So if you're just joining us again, um, we're landing into opening up the month of October to really get into living our life as a ritual, right? So that doesn't just mean, and so what I was talking about was, we don't, I did the morning, Hal Elrod morning, miracle morning for a really long time. And you take all this time in the morning and you spend your time doing the savers. But I really like to spread all of these things out through the day. And when I'm feeling low, or I feel like I need a pick me up, I will choose one of these things. Breath work. I will choose to do a little bit of Q. I'll choose to do a little bit of Reiki. I'll tap into the energy of the day again. I'll go out into nature and touch a tree. I'll go for a walk for 10 minutes, right? So I want you to come up with a list of rituals that bring you back to center. Of course, use this list and then add to it, right? Add on what you like to do. I love journaling. I find that I only journal when things are in the shitter. Like when things are going poorly for me, I journal a whole lot. And so when things are going really well, I don't always tend to journal a lot. But what I was saying is that one of the things I love to do is to do channeled writing. And that is such a brilliant way to really tap into your intuition, right? To tap into what are your guides saying to you? What things in the world are coming through for you, right? So, what else do you guys like to do? What really is a ritual that brings you back to center? And Robin, I know you have a lot of rituals that you bring to the table. I'd love to hear from you, friend. Okay, so we're going to land into another question and just into some questions here in the next moment. But I would love to hear as you just like pop into the comments and let me know if there's a ritual that you love that really helps you to land into who you are. And I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Nope, can't do it. Darn it. There we go. I'm back to our ritual question. So and if you guys don't have them right now, all is well. It's all good. So you love going through and cleaning and getting rid of. Oh, yes. So decluttering. Thank you, Catherine. That's a great idea and a great way to tap into your prosperity, right? Whenever I want to bring in money into my life, I'm like, what can I get rid of? What can I get rid of? What can I declutter from my space? I love decluttering and it helps my mind as well. If I have a cluttered home, a cluttered desk, a cluttered office, a cluttered bedroom, I feel disorganized. I feel scattered and it really messes with my creativity. So I love that one, Catherine. That's really great. Um, and and Alita, I loved what you said about slowing down in your body. I love to think about slowing down to speed up, right? Because we have a lot of momentum during the month of October. We have a lot of momentum in our lives in general, right? Life is moving quickly, life moves really fast. And I love to think about that. Slowing down in the body and really just coming back to yourself, right? Coming back to this center helps you to slow down so that you can get clear about where you're going, right? Getting really clear about what's coming through for you. Yes, Robin, water. I love that for intuition, particularly, right? And I always teach this. We teach this in our Reiki is get in the shower, get in the bathtub, Reiki the water, Reiki the shower head, Reiki your body, and allow it to all just wash away from you, right? I love water for tapping into my intuition. That is brilliant, Robin. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to move on to our next slide and we're going to talk about purpose. So, I'm going to invite you to get out your notebook and really like land into these questions that I'm going to answer or that we're going to talk about. So, oftentimes when I'm thinking about ritual, I'm thinking about purpose. And this is probably the most asked question that I receive from clients, from my students, from my numerology clients is what is my purpose? And so I want you to take this worksheet and I will load this up into the Facebook group and into our Kajabi portal. So you guys can have these questions for yourselves. But what lights you up? And if you want to just pop these into the comments right now, we can really start to like land into living life as ritual leads to living more purposefully, right? Living your life more purposefully. So, what lights you up? What do you desire? If you could do anything, even if you didn't get paid for it, what would it be? And then we're going to land into some strengths, values, and superpowers. So, inviting you to just pop those comments into the comments. What lights you up? Are you doing what lights you up? When I think about what lights me up, I think about teaching. I think about working one-on-one with clients. I love working in groups with people. What lights me up? Talking about consciousness, talking about signs and angels and guides and all of those sorts of things. I love talking about energy work. I love talking about all of those sorts of things. I also love to talk about personal growth. Like, what does it look like in my life to grow, to expand, to shift my consciousness, right? Those things feel so important and light me up. So, please write down what lights you up and, post those in the comments. What do you want? What do you desire in your life? What do you desire? Travel, adventure, freedom. When we think about prosperity, we often think, oh, I just want to like accumulate money into my bank account or whatever, right? That makes me feel safe. It makes me feel secure. But what do you want to do with the money? Money loves to know where it wants to go. Prosperity, money, flow, right? All of that consciousness of wealth. It wants to know what you actually feel lit up by, what you desire. The universe wants to give you more and more and more of that, right? So writing down what lights you up, what you desire. And if you could do anything, even if you didn't get paid for it, what would it be? Well, if I could do anything, even if I didn't get paid for it, what would it be? Probably like to take people on trips, to go on adventures. And luckily, I'm going on a retreat really soon. So I'm very excited about that. If I could do anything, even if I didn't get paid for it, it would be to be adventuring with people. It would be to take people and do really fun things, right? I love it. All right. And then I want you to land into, what are your top 3 strengths? What are you good at? Hello, everybody. It's good to see you all. Glad you're here. So, what are your top 3 strengths? What do you see yourself as being good at? If you've ever had your blueprint done, if you've had your divine purpose blueprint done, then you know what your number is good at, right? Like, I'm a 4. I'm a numerology ruling number 4. So what are my top 3 strengths? Leadership, trust, right? Oh, here's my top 3 here are my strengths. Dynamic, compassionate, intuitive, passionate, and kinesthetic, and wise. You can start to write down as many of those as you want to. Yeah, Catherine, creativity, leadership, beautiful. Yes, Kayla, hi, leadership, teaching, beautiful. And so then you get to notice, am I doing things that are lighting me up? Are these things that light me up, right? My strengths are things that light me up, like doing anything intuitive, doing anything kinesthetic is very I feel very passionate about that. It's why I was a massage therapist and an energy healer for so long, because I have been right. It really helps me to see. Yeah, you're jumping on just right. You're right on time, Kayla. All is well. So Robin says leadership, intuition, wise, teaching, and she also, she and I have, a lot of those same things because we're both 4s, right? And so if you know your number, tell us what your number is. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to have us do is I'm going to go back And we're going to talk about what are our top values. And if you've ever done a value exercise, if you've ever done Mastering the Brain Game, or if you've ever done a myriad of value exercises that are out there in the universe, what are your top 3 values? And if you know your top 3 values right now, write them down. What are they? What are your values? These are some things that land very strongly for me. This is, of course, not a full list. So you do what feels right to you. But mine would be these are really like my ruling number, but accomplishments, love, trust, intelligence, systems, reliability, practicality. Alita is a 7 birth card. Kayla says freedom, knowledge, independence. Yes, yes, yes. And my top 3 values right now, I have them on my board. My values right now would really be landing into freedom. Freedom's always my top value. Freedom and love. Those really never shift for me. And I really feel leadership is a huge piece for me. So I really want to land into that as a value for myself, right? Good. I love these. Keep going, you guys. They're beautiful. And you don't have to put them in the comments. It just helps the conversation. But if you're just writing them down in your own notebook, that's all good too. All is well. So landing into your strengths, landing into your values, and oopsie, I accidentally hit Zoom. That's not what I meant to do. It's going to bring up that now. You guys, technology and me, we are a special team. Okay. So I want you to land now into what is your superpower? Okay. What do you see as your superpower? Oops. I'm not used to doing sharing my screen on StreamYard, so it's not the same as it is on Zoom. So I'm sorry. What is one of my not top strengths? Technology. Your resilience. Oh, I love that. Who wrote that? That's brilliant. Yes, Catherine. Yes. So, what's your superpower? I love this question. I would say that my superpower is my intuition. Ooh, compassion. Yes, 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 yes. That's wonderful. Yeah, so we've got resilience, we have compassion, superpower. What do you see as your like top the thing, right? I love that you're saying compassion, especially with the work that I know that you're moving toward, Robin, as you shift into this next part of your life. It's like you're going to need to have oodles and oodles of compassion, right? Compassion is so important. I love that. All right. So as you land into your superpower, that's going to be really fun. And we're going to just keep going. So, what is your vision? What is your vision for the world? And this has been something that I've been really thinking about a lot lately. And, many years ago, I never was a really big person. I wasn't really ever a person who thought about what was coming, what my vision for the world was. And I remember I was in a channeling session years ago, and the channel spoke to me and said, become the vision. You need to become the vision. You need to become your vision. Like, what is your vision for the world? And you need to become that. And I was like, oh, that's so amazing. Like, I think as a child, I was really in the moment. I really definitely like lived between worlds, but I wasn't really thinking about the future. I wasn't really thinking about what was coming for me. I was really in the moment. And I very much am still that way. I live very much in the moment, maybe sometimes to my detriment. So Learning how to visualize, learning how to vision, learning how to really tap into what my vision is for my future was huge for me. So what is your big vision for the world? And this is something that like I don't talk about enough because it feels really personal and it feels really big and it feels like maybe lots of people say this, but my vision really has always been for women, and especially healers, especially the intuitive healers of the world, is to clear their poverty wound, their poverty vow. So many of us took a poverty vow at some point in a lifetime, in our lifetimes, in our many, many lifetimes on this planet or in this galaxy. And and we dreamed that we would be poor, that we would heal for free, that we would heal the world for nothing. And I am tired of that. I am tired of I get so tired of being a poor healer, right? You have the poor artist, you have the poor healer. And so I think about what is my vision for the world? So my vision is to help women, especially healers, to clear their money wounds and make money. Seeing money in the hands of conscious humans, that is what makes my soul light up. And so when I think about my values and my strengths and my superpowers, and I blend that with my vision, I really have a statement for myself, right? In Brain Game, we call this our statement of alignment. And so when you land into these things and you really see yourself, this is living life as ritual. This is how you can start to pull your rituals and make it so that they are moving you toward your vision, right? So I do like have a little bit of I have a theme here, right? And the theme is that we land into these rituals, we land into meditation, we land into journaling, we land into tapping into our intuition. We land into our vision every day. Can you land into your vision every day? Can you land into your values every day? Can you land into your superpowers every day? Can you land into your strengths every day so that you are living the life that you want to be living? That's how you know if you're in alignment, right? So when you're not living this and you're not landing into these things every day, you're not living in your alignment because you're not thinking about the things that really matter to you. And so when you're really thinking about the things that actually mean something to you, we know that we're living in alignment. We know that we're living in the alignment with our higher self. We know that we're landing into who we really want to be and where we really want to go, right? We're living life as that future person. And to me, that's what living life as ritual really is all about. Living life as ritual is understanding that I am becoming the vision, that I am becoming the person who does who does this. Is to help women to clear their money wounds and make money and see the money in the hands of the conscious humans, right? I know that that's what's happening when I'm in alignment with myself, when I am living my life as ritual. Okay. Tell me if that makes any sense. Tell me if this is landing for you. I would love to know. Robin says, my vision to bring healers of different modalities together to create a safe space for people to come and heal. Beautiful. So like a center, right? I love that. Beautiful, Robin. That's awesome. I love that for you. And I love that for our world. I love that for where we're all going, right? What does your future self look like, feel like, be like? How does she be in the world? And the more we land into what that looks like, the more we are in alignment with who we are right now. Yeah. All right. Keep them coming, you guys. I want to see. Okay. My last question is why? Why do you do what you do and what gets you up every morning? And if you don't know your why, do some journaling. Do some journaling around that. Why do you get up in the morning? What gets you out of bed? For me, I mean, my why is my family, right? Creating a world where we all thrive. I want to see a world where people are thriving. I want to see a world where conscious human beings, women, children, and men are all thriving, and not just a certain percentage of people, right? And I want people to be thriving even if they aren't gajillionaires, right? I want myself to just be living a minimalist, simple life. Really, that's what I truly desire. One where I have good food, and I have good friends, and I'm already living that life, right? But we're thriving. I want Wyatt to live in a world where we are thriving. I want him to thrive. That is why I wake up every morning. The ripple effect of living a conscious lifestyle, raising a conscious human. This is why I get up every morning. And if you are beyond that, then why? Then maybe it's your grandkids, or if you don't have kids, maybe it's just recognizing the consciousness on the planet, right? And recognizing that that's why you get up every morning, is to see the world be a better place, or just a really great place. That's why I wake up every morning, because of you all, because you all want to see a better world, because you all want the world to live at the highest vibration possible, that you believe in your own growth and your own spirituality and your own intuition, right? This is why I get up every morning. So I am really excited. If you're on the replay, I want to hear all of your things. This month, I want us to really make a commitment to be in alignment, to live in alignment. And what if you took the next 30 days to get into alignment with yourself? And then what if the next 30 days to came into even more alignment with yourself? What might happen for you in that world? What might occur for you if you were really and truly living your life in alignment? And we often say, in different programs that I teach in, 64 days is sort of a magical number. When you've done something for 64 days, you've moved through a numerological cycle of completion. And so when we land into this numerological cycle of completion of 64 days, so what would it look like if we did something for 30 days and then 30 days and then just add another 4 more days onto it? We would land into 64 days. And so if we look at what is 64 days from now, I'll bring up my calendar and I'll tell us what it is. I don't really know off the top of my head, but let's play. So today it is the 3rd, right? So it's the 3rd. And if we look at, that's the 33 days. So we've got this day. So around December 3rd, it would be about 64 days. So what could happen for you if you landed into that, right? So 64 days is approximately December 3rd. What if you committed to doing something for 64 days, and on December 3rd, we look again at, or December 4th or 5th or something like that, we look at how far we've come, right? Use the momentum of this month, use the momentum of October and the 8th, the infinity month, and do your Reiki every day, do your Q every day, visualize regularly, right? Where are you going? So that is my assignment for you. That's my question for you. If you have any thoughts, any questions, any comments, I would love to have a conversation around this more. I will post our list. And if we want to grow our list, I think that would be really fun. So let's grow our list of rituals. Let's really land into living life as ritual during the month of October and November and beyond, right? Okay. And just a couple of things for you. If you have any friends who would love to join Thrive and Prosper, I would love to hear from you. Maybe we can get a little affiliate program going on if we get some people coming into this group. And I'm going to be running Brain Game again. So at the end of this month, we're going to run Brain Game. So if you've never taken Brain Game, I highly recommend taking Mastering the Brain Game. It's Joy Kingsborough's program. I've been certified in it since 2018. So I've been at this for a good long time. I really bring my own spin to it. I'm an excellent teacher and I teach this very well. This to me is how we awaken the population. This is how we raise the consciousness on the planet, is really to understand how the divine timing cycle works. And we can use the divine timing cycle, universal law. This is what this program is all about. So if you are looking for a payment plan or you want to get into that program, reach out to me. We're going to start, I think, on Halloween, which is New Year. It's going to be October 31st. And my Reiki students are going to move through that program. So I'm going to run it regardless, but I'm going to invite other populations into it as well. So Mastering the Brain Game is going to be open to all of you, anyone who wants to come in. It's going to be 2222. And then, if you want to come in to become an energetic practitioner and really land into your intuition, Embody Energetics and Body Reiki will be open as well. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And I look forward to seeing you all again so soon. All right. Bye, everybody.